Hi guys! So this is a limit switch support for the PSE-22. I designed it with Illustrator. Now I need to cut it on a 3mm acrylic board. To do this, I need a G-code file. First step is to open the drawing in Inkscape and prepare an SVG file that later we will use in another program, LaserWeb. In LaserWeb we can set the power and the speed of the laser for every single shape. With this software we will create a G-code file that can be used to cut the board. So, no matter the program you use to realize your design, the first step is to open your file with Inkscape. Here we need to change the displayed units and the page units in millimeters. After we have selected our object, we resize the page to the content of the selection. Then we ungroup our drawing as many times as needed to have the single shape selection visible. Now that I can see the single selections, I can save the file in SVG format. So I can proceed to open it in LaserWeb. This software is very easy to use. I suggest to make just only one setting. It is the diameter of the laser beam, also known as kerf. The kerf is the size of the material that will be eaten away by the laser while cutting. In our device, the kerf is about 0.15 to 0.20 millimeters. It can change in relation on how well you focus the beam. If needed, you can override this value later when you create the G-code file. The interface is very clear and it suggests you what to do. So we need to add a document. Now the program asks you to drag the document inside this field. It belongs to the G-code setting area. Okay, now we can set some values, like the power of the laser, the speed of the laser, and the number of laser passes. Good values for a 3mm board are 3 passes at 70% of the power at a speed of 180 mm per minute. You can add a name if you want, then you can choose what to do with the laser. In this case I want to cut considering the 0.15 mm of kerf. So I choose cut inside. In the setting, we have chosen 0.50 millimeters that now you can read here. But if you need, here you can write another value, like for example 0.2. We push this button and we generate the G-code. I can check the generated G-code here, and then I can save the G-code in a file. This file is the only thing I need to cut my design on an acrylic board. Now, suppose that you want to cut more than one piece in one session. So we give a look on how to prepare a file containing multiple pieces to be cut. My acrylic board is 200 by 200 millimeters. I open the document again, I duplicate the document, I select the just duplicated document and set for it new value for the Y position. I repeat the process with the increment of 38 millimeters. Now that I arrived almost at 200 millimeters, I select all the documents and I duplicate them all. I select the just duplicated file document, pressing Ctrl on the keyboard, and I change the X position for them by increments of 33 millimeters. I repeat the process till I arrive close to X 200 millimeter. Remember that my board is 200 by 200. Well, I select all the documents and I drag them in the G-code area. Now is the moment to set the name, the power, the number of passes and the speed. And we are right to the last step. We need to generate the G-code. As you can see, there is a red square close to the button. It means the G-code has not yet been generated. We now save the file that can be used. We give a look also on how to save the workspace. So we don't need to repeat all these steps if we want to cut these 30 pieces on a board of different sizes. In this way, we will need to change only the values for power and speed. The workspace file has got JSON extension. I clean my workspace and then I open the just saved JSON file. I will change the power, the speed and the number of passes. This value maybe could be good for a 4mm board, just guessing. Then I generate another G-code file. I open these two files with Notepad++ and I check the differences in power and speed. Okay, we finished for this lesson. This is a simple example with just one setting for all the cuts. To create a file for a stencil is more complicated. We will see later.